and welcome to the next of the series of my Paternoster Marketing System. My name is Laura and I run Elements Marketing. I've been working with funnels for 15 plus years, and the main thing I discovered is that if you don't have a funnel and you don't have a system, it doesn't matter how fancy your website is, it's just not going to give you a return on investment. So that's one of the chapters and one of the lines of thoughts that I have in my new book called the Paternoster Marketing System. If you comment below, I will give you the instructions in the end. You will be able to get the first chapter for absolutely free, so you will find out more about my brand new idea about funnels. It is something nobody talks about, and it is something that I'm really passionate about and I really believe in. So if you're looking to shake up your funnels or would like to build an engine that actually powers your Ferrari, which is your brand, this is the webinar for you. And first of all, thank you very much for turning up. I'm so happy that I've got you all here. And questions and answers are always welcome and answered live on the call or after the call. So please take notes or come back to this recording once it's available anytime and share it with any of your friends who are struggling to convert their beautiful brand into hard-earned cash. So let's start it. Let's get started. So Ferrari without an engine is something that one of our new clients told us when he came to us saying, well, I paid 11 grand for that website and it does look good, but it's not doing anything for me. And then I figured out that there were no call to actions on the website, there was no follow-ups on the website, there was no automation. Most of all, Google did not even know that that website existed, which is just like a rookie error. And unless you're a 15-year-old college kid starting off, you should know that. Unfortunately, that type of professional incompetence is very common in the industry. I'm not knocking any of the marketing agencies because there are some amazing and honest ones out there, but that does happen. And that's when you end up with a Ferrari without an engine, as this client told us, which was quite relevant to the situation. So I can see so many amazingly branded, beautiful businesses that fail. And they look gorgeous and presentable, and they do have the best graphics and the best design. But the one thing they are missing is the engine. And the engine I'm talking about is, some people call it funnels, but they always think linear. What I think about is more like a paternoster. And if you don't know what it is, I'm not telling you. You will have to find out from the book and from the first chapter you're going to request in the end. So if you know what Paternoster is, just write it in the comments and I'm going to answer whether or not you got it right. Don't Google it, don't chat GTP, don't grok it. Just try to think what you think it is. So let's get started with the very first concept. So as I said, our client told us that the designer sold me a Ferrari without an engine. So altogether, it was £15,000 he paid for a website, and Google couldn't find it, and he had nothing back from it. So his return on investment was actually negative because he lost money. And he became frustrated, so he got in touch with us, found us on Google organically, which is like a testament to us doing something right. And we had a discussion, and we explained to them that's exactly what happened. It's not an isolated incident. It does happen to loads of businesses. So you can have the fanciest business cards or leaflets, but if you're not getting it to the right people, it's not going to get you a return on investment, and it's not going to push your profits up. The same happens to your website. If it is just a static website and you're not giving people enough reasons to get more from you, it's never going to work. So that's kind of my take on funnels and marketing itself. And sometimes it is a little bit more complex than sending out 5 follow-up emails. That's the basic funnel some agencies still charge about 11 grand for, but it is not something I believe in, and that's the reason I have written the book, because it will just flip funnels upside down, and it's going to explain what you're missing and why you're not getting the conversions you really deserve, because you've got a beautiful brand, you've got a solid offer, but no leads. So how can we solve that? Right. So what I can see, and we have worked with a lot. I mean a lot of businesses in the UK, in the US, all over the world, from France to, funny enough, we do actually have Hungarian clients as well. He found us organically and didn't actually know that I am Hungarian, hence the accent. So I will put the subtitles on this video just in case. I was actually 26 when I moved over to the UK, so that means that your accent's going to stick. So if you move over before the age of 18, you're fine. But I moved much later. So there will be a transcript for this video anyway, so you can follow free. Right, so what I can see loads of businesses spending a lot of money on, and I can see that especially in the tech startup industry and software as service industry as well, that they obsess over the perfect branding, stunning website, premium photography, and they blow their budget on that. So the perfect branding is kind of like the car's paint job. So you've got everything shiny and shimmering, and it's nice to look at. People will notice it, and you absolutely must do branding. Like, I'm not saying you should not do branding, because without a proper brand, you can't position yourself, especially if you are selling premium services or products. So you absolutely need to have that branding. And then the next thing they obsess about is the stunning website. So it's the bodywork, sleek, impressive, but it's got no functionality. So it's just a frame, but like your buttons are not working to get the reef off, or you can't really um, control the temperature in the car. So it is a nice frame, it looks amazing, it's impressive, but it's just an ornament, so it is not going to do anything for your business. And the third thing I can see new startups in the tech industry, fintech industry, um, or software as service industry is premium photography. So you will buy stock images or get a photographer for a day, which is a couple of grand, and do those branding photos. You can absolutely do that, but it is still an empty shell. So your Ferrari still has no engine. It looks amazing. It's well put together. You've got you've got the looks, but you don't have the functionality. And the functionality should be what I call the Paternoster Marketing System. So something that works on your lead generation 24/7 automatically, so you don't have to deal with tire kickers and time wasters. and cheap clients, so you can qualify your leads. And that's one of the things that's actually missing, the segmentation and qualification that's missing from, I would say, 95% of the funnels I have seen other companies build that underperformed, uh, were missing those two elements. So the segmentation and the lead qualification, and these were not even cheap funnels, and that's the reason we do actually offer a funnel diagnostic service for our clients, which we take apart everything. So we reverse engineer how it's built up, and we make suggestions on improving your conversions as well. So that's one of the services we offer. Everything to do with funnels, we actually offer to our clients, including funnel coaching. So that's what most people, I would say, probably 80% of the startups focus on this, unless they do have a really, really strong drive for the CFO. He will actually look at the bottom line and look at, okay, how much is it going to bring in, which is the most important question, really. So if the CFO is involved, they will look at it, okay, we are spending all this, what is it going to bring in, without actively marketing ourselves and going after the leads. So what should you be focusing on instead? What is it that you should be focusing on instead of the frame and the bodywork and the looks? Let's explain. So what I can see that is that there's so many businesses neglecting uh, lead generation systems, customer acquisition processes, and conversion optimization. And I don't understand this, because they cut back on their marketing, for example, say, oh, we can't do that. But they are actually killing the goose that lays the golden egg, because the only two profit generating systems in your business are actually sales and marketing. So if you're cutting back on it, it's like I have written a LinkedIn article. So if you are not subscribed to my LinkedIn, there is a newsletter under my name called the Marketing Mastermind, and I written a funny story about cutting marketing budgets. So it tells you a story about someone trying to run the marathon, and their legs give up. And this is actually a true story. One of my best friends ran the marathon the first time, and he did not know that he needed salts. So his muscles in his legs completely cramped up until he got the salts. So I would compare this neglect to and cutting back your marketing budget to someone's running away from a lion. So you're being chased by a lion, just imagine, and your legs don't perform well enough, and the lion's catching up, and you get so angry with your legs, you cut them off. So what's going to happen? Well, probably you're not going to get anywhere, and the lion's going to have a feast. But it does make sense not to do that, but why do people do that in their own business, which is their baby? So your business is your baby, your ideas to implement. So you should never neglect lead generation ever. So lead generation systems is the engine of your business, and it's the mechanical heart that propels everything forward. So if you don't have an engine, you're not going anywhere. So you might as well be sitting in your chair. You're still going to stay in one place. No matter how shiny your chair is, it's still static. So you do absolutely need a lead generation system, or what I recently started calling it in our latest high ticket offers, which are like supercharging your growth. It's called the revenue uh, boost system that I'm offering to partner up with businesses to create a revenue system that's growing with you automatically and can be automated completely. And the second one is customer acquisition process. So if you don't have a customer journey laid out when you're starting a fintech company, a software service, a tech startup, uh, then it's just not going to work because you don't have a way of keeping track of leads. You don't have a way of following up. People don't know what to expect of you. So if I buy something from a service provider, for example, I want them to outline what they are going to give me, what the projected benefit is, and I'm expecting them to tell me this is the next step, and then this happens, and then that happens. But loads of businesses don't have it. They just go with the flow. Oh, I just want to lead, and I will just decide on whatever. It does not work like that. If you don't have a customer journey laid out in your tech stack, it's not going to work. And in the revenue based systems, we actually do focus a lot on this part as well. So that is kind of like the fuel to your system. So you've got the engine, now you just have to add fuel, and you need to automate it as much as you can, because otherwise you're going to burn out. You will start talking to the wrong people. You will spend too much time on free consultations, which you absolutely should not be doing at all. and and then your prospects are not going to be happy, and they will get disappointed, and they will go on as well because the competition is fierce. That's the reality of business. And the final thing that people forget about is the conversion optimization. So that's like the transmission of your car. If you we are sticking with that car analogy, because I do like these metaphors, because it's easy. I'm a visual person, so it's easier for people to imagine complex systems like a funnel or a Paternoster system if I use these metaphors in my writing and my videos and any other content. So I hope you understand the transmission. So conversion optimization is the transmission, and it's turning interest, so customer acquisition, into action, and prospects into paying customers who will drive the revenue. So everything should be focused around driving revenue, even if you are at a startup phase. Some of our clients are in a startup phase, so first round of funding is done. They are looking to spend their marketing budget the smartest way possible, and they are not really selling anything yet. They are looking for the next round of investors, but for that, they need to create an impressive stack of interest and leads. So that's what we have them with first. So, based on your needs, these are the three things you should focus on instead of what we discussed. You should, I'm not saying don't do it, just focus a little bit less on branding, websites, and photography. And I know that loads of coaches, marketing coaches, will tell you you can make a killing without a website. I'm not saying it's not possible. You still need a website and the branding and everything else, but you've got to focus on the engine, the fuel, and the transmission as well. So if you've got any questions about this, I'm more than happy to actually answer them live on the call, or I can answer them after. So this is the hard reality check. So there were so many of our clients he won a lot of awards, were really proficient, their offerings were amazing. But let's take this, they were 3 months away from bankruptcy. So they had gorgeous branding, they won design awards, they had a website, they got their website featured, they had the photography, like literally magazine style, proper photography. And they still were about to close down. And the reason being is they had no systematic, reliable way to generate leads and convert them into paying customers. So everything actually goes down to this one thing, which is systematic, reliable way to generate leads and convert them into paying customers. Now, I want you to ask yourself, do you have that in your business? So remember, it's got to be systematic and it's got to be reliable and it's got to take them from lead status to customer status on an autopilot. If you don't have it, don't worry, you probably will need to read my book, and I'm more than happy to offer first come first serve basis. I do have only five revenue system consultations a month. So if you're quick and send me a message, I'm more than happy to jump on a call and review what's working, what's not working. So let's have a look at the real world cost of not having a system, as I described before. So let's say there's a premium furniture company. They spend 12 grand on branding. It's not even a big spend. 20 grand on a bespoke website and 5 grand on a professional photography. So they were burning through savings at 15 grand monthly with irregular income and no predictable lead generation system. So this imaginary company, Manchester Makers, for example, they don't know where their next customers coming from because they've got zero systems in place. So what they keep on doing is they chuck a little bit at Google ads, they chuck a little bit at Facebook ads, they chuck money at things, see what sticks. And that's the exact stop start or hit analogy that I talked about at the previous event. So if you would like to look back on that video, if you haven't seen it, you're more than welcome. So the hit marketing failure there is that every single time you start and then stop and start again, you're actually spending much more. So instead of that, what I suggest you do is have a system in place built so that 15 grand a month of savings should go on building that system that's going to guarantee you leads and sales, so you've got a predictable income and you can reinvest it in the system, optimizing it, and that's how you grow instead of just doing whatever you think is going to be the next magic button. By the way, magic buttons don't exist, just saying. I see it loads of times in the book and on my social media as well. If you're still looking for it, just get out, because I'm not offering the magic button. I'm sorry. It's hard work, sweat and tears, but it's potentially millions in the bank after. So it's up to you whether or not to stay or go. So, what is Paternoster Marketing? I don't know if you've heard about it. There is a story about me being 3 years old, first coming across Paternoster. So it is an elevator that continuously moves. So up and down, doesn't stop. And you can choose to get on one floor, get out another floor, and you can keep on doing that all day. It never waits, it's always available, and obviously it does work whenever it's plugged in. So just like the Paternoster lift, your marketing should generate leads 24/7 without your constant attention, generate a steady flow of qualified prospects, continue working even when you're focused on something else. So you can focus on improving your offers or improving your branding if you want, because you've got a system. You can focus on dealing with your existing clients because you don't have to be chasing after the wrong clients, and you can scale up without requiring proportional time investment. So let's say that you're doing an organic marketing campaign and you're getting, let's say, 50 leads a month and 10 converts, and that's giving you a nice half income because you're selling a high ticket coaching system, which is probably 15 grand a year or something. So you're making a good money. But then you decide to launch group coaching. So do you have to start again? No, because your system's already there. You've got it built up. So all you do is you already built the list, you already built the reputation, you already have the system in place. So you, for example, look at, oh, okay, he is the person who actually was interested in my 15 grand coaching product, but probably couldn't afford, but didn't go ahead with it. Let's do a downsell. Let's send them to that landing page. It only takes one landing page and one email to actually increase your revenue on that one group coaching session, group coaching program, and you made more money. So why would you not do that? I just don't understand why some people don't do it. So how the Paternoster marketing works, because this is the foundation of my book, and this is how it should be set up in every organization, but unfortunately it's less than 5% of organizations, including the big ones by the way, that have this system. So the foundation system is a design. So we architect complete lead generation systems tailored to your specific business and customer journey, focusing on scalable automated processes. And the second one is the engine. So we implement everything, the technology, the connections, the automations, everything. And that's when we start focusing on conversions. But it does not stop there. By the way, our revenue strategy partnerships don't stop there, because we strive on continuous improvement. So we monitor, test, and refine the system, checking with your goals, what you're looking to push this month or this quarter, and we tailor it to that so you can actually maximize your return on investment, which is probably less than 6 months most of the time, and you will see the benefits 10-15 years later as well. So unlike a traditional marketing focused on one-off campaigns, the Paternoster marketing creates permanent business assets that deliver value indefinitely. So that is the main difference between engaging with a marketing agency for a campaign or creating permanent business assets that will keep on working for you forever or indefinitely. So let me just tell you quickly about what we've achieved with the new system we started implementing at Elements Marketing this year. So there is a tech solutions company. They had about 2 to 3 random inquiries monthly. They weren't the best leads either. Uh, they weren't qualified, and some of them were just like shopping around for prices. Some of them were not in the position, so it was very poor. So obviously they had zero return on investment on their beautiful website. So after we implemented this Paternoster Marketing System, they had 47 qualified leads per month, which is a massive jump from 2 to 3, considering that 2 to 3 weren't even qualified. So the first quarter, they had £284,000 in new contracts. And obviously, the main benefit for them was that even when their marketing team's off, so they're not actively doing anything, their lead generation carries on. It actually carries on 24/7. So let's say it is a bank holiday in the UK, but in the US it's not, so they are still getting US leads. So it's insane if you look at the first quarter results, especially if you compare it to the price of the system that we are setting up. In the first quarter, they had about, I would say, the return on investment must have been 400 to 500%. So that's not bad, and they are not even the biggest company. So just saying that new contract value has really helped them out with the cash flow as well. So this is the end of the presentation. I hope you could follow me, and I hope you understand the concept behind the Ferrari without the engine. So I would like you to ask yourself some very simple questions. So, do you have a beautiful business with irregular or unpredictable income? Are you constantly hustling for new leads rather than having them come to you systematically? And does your marketing stop working when you stop working on it? That's the three main questions. And the good news is, if you answered yes to any of those questions, I'm currently documenting this entire methodology in the a Paternoster Marketing System. So you can get a 30-minute consultation. Just send me an email. And actually, that is a typo, so I will probably have to correct that. So that's Laura at marketingfunnel.website, in case you have not guessed. But I should have waited until someone spots it and puts a comment on, but I didn't. So it's Laura at marketingfunnel.website. Just send me an email saying I would like to claim one of the 5 spots for a free 30-minute consultation. So if you think it's time to stop investing more in Chrome and Paint and building an engine, you can always leave a comment. You can visit our website. You can contact me on any of the channels. LinkedIn is preferable because I'm on LinkedIn most of the time. You can subscribe to my newsletter or just drop me a line here, and I'm more than happy to answer any of the questions regarding the systems, regarding the broken funnels you might already have, and regarding anything related to your industry as well. As I said, I work in almost every industry, from event creators to public speakers, book authors, course creators, tech companies, software as service businesses, investment companies. So I've got a wide knowledge of different markets and their profitability and their lead generation methods. I personally am responsible for about 150 unique sales funnel designs as a sales funnel architect. So I'm more than happy to share some tips with you in the comments below. By the way, if you would like just the first chapter of my book, just comment engine on this video, and I'm more than happy to send it to you. Just send me a message or drop an email, and I'm going to send you the first chapter in a PDF version. See if it is something that resonates with you and your business goals. next webinars coming up soon, so keep your eyes peeled on Eventbrite and on LinkedIn and Facebook. That's where I'm publishing the updates on the webinars. But other than that, let's have a think about these questions. So I would even screenshot these questions for myself, put it on my office wall, and maybe get the team together to see, okay, does this apply to us? Is it worth a conversation? How can we build a system that has the engine, the fuel, and the transmission? Until next time, thanks very much for sticking with me, and I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Please do share with your connections who might need some inspiration for building a marketing system. Thank you.